Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 11th. You have this Unfinished Symphony card and this Blessed card. Definitely blessings. Your readings have been very good, this year. And I'm not saying things have been perfect, but, I think that there could be, your hard work is paying off, 10 of Wands. And this could be something that hasn't even finished yet. So with that Unfinished Symphony card, a lot of you, it's like everything is kind of like adding up. And, I really feel this is a good thing for you, Taurus. I don't feel bad about that Ten of Wands at all. I do feel that some of you could end up being busier over the next, few months, right? The Ten of Wands can represent getting new responsibilities or having new responsibilities, and that definitely could be the case with that card. But at the same time, you have that Blessed card, which tells me you are receiving blessings for what you are doing. So again, this doesn't really look like a bad thing to me. This looks like a good thing. You have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands can represent carrying a heavy burden, but I really just feel that your hard work is paying off. He's about to reach his home in the background of this card, and he's about to receive his harvest. He chose to plant those wands. He wanted to grow those wands. And because he has grown them, he is going to have a harvest, and it's just that simple. Next, you have the Justice card. I feel like things are balancing out in your life. I'm kind of surprised the Two of Pentacles didn't show up here in this reading. It might, because we're going to clarify. But, I kind of get this energy of the Two of Pentacles, which is normally work hard, play hard. But it can also represent balancing out. And that's really all I feel off this Justice card. I feel like things are kind of becoming more balanced. Maybe you're taking more of a balanced approach to your life, and you're just, obviously that would be a good thing, not a bad thing with the Justice card. You do have the Justice card and the Judgment card. So if you are waiting for a judgment, like if you've been involved in something legal, or if you've been waiting for something legal, Taurus, this could be you receiving a judgment. But I'm also getting, this could be anything. Like maybe you're waiting for an insurance payout or something like that. And, I do feel a lot of you could be getting a payout. You have the Seven of Swords. Seven of really wouldn't be a fixed sign reading if we didn't have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, but really the Seven of Swords is about doing things in a different way. I would just be open to doing things in a certain way. He's stealing these swords from this army that's in the background of the card, and he's tiptoeing away from that army, so he's going to war just in a different way. And, I think that being flexible and also being tactical in how you do your work, or really anything, is going to be very beneficial. He also has these polka dots on his cloak, and the polka dots in the tarot represent needing to not take things too seriously. So I feel for a lot of you this is about, again, being more playful, not taking things too seriously, plain and simple. But let's see what is going on for you here. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords can represent self-imposed restriction. It makes sense with that Seven of Swords, actually. I was looking around to see what else is going on here, but, with the Seven of Swords, it kind of makes perfect sense, because the Eight of Swords can represent only seeing one way of doing things, when there are many ways to do things. So I feel like you need to stay open to all the different ways there are to do things that will be the most helpful for you with the Eight of Swords. With the Justice card, you have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is about having been disappointed with the results that you've received in your life so far. He has manifested these 3 cups and this new 4th cup, but he's been disappointed at least 3 times before, and so he's afraid to accept this new opportunity into his life because he doesn't want to be disappointed again. And so I feel that. I definitely feel that. But we do go over to Lovers and the Ace of Cups here, Taurus. So there could be a release, and this doesn't have to be a love opportunity. It could be any type of opportunity. But if you are getting an opportunity for, pretty much anything, I would definitely accept it into your life with that Ace of Cups, because I feel it'll be something that makes you very happy. It'll be a very good opportunity with that Ace of Cups. And it definitely could be love, but really it could be anything. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Seven of Cups. So 2 sevens, to me, represents internal fears that don't exist. So I feel for a lot of you, these 2 sevens could be about needing to release your fears. The Seven of Cups would pretty much be fears of the future, or, fears about something that you are imagining having in your life. This guy here, he's imagining something that he wants and desires, and he's imagining good things and bad things in those cups. So it kind of says that, really you have to find out. If you have a dream, or if you have something that you're trying to manifest, you have to be the one to kind of like make it happen, because you can't just sit there and think, oh, this is going to be good, this is going to be bad, this is going to be good, this is going to be bad, which is basically what he's doing. He's like going back and forth, good, bad, good, bad. But really he needs to find out how it's going to turn out, because, he'll never know if he doesn't do it. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have the skunk spirit. It says, know your worth. You also have the scarab. It says, magic works through you. Yeah, you always get these messages of really needing to believe in yourself, needing to believe that you are enough, of course, as well, Taurus, which is very important. And so I would really stand up for yourself. I also feel like you need to realize that you're capable of great things, maybe even things that you don't think you're capable of, but, I would try to do them anyway. You have the Judgment card, the Lovers, and the World. For some of you, it's kind of funny because I feel like love is coming out of the woodwork here. It's like maybe you haven't had love in years, and it's like maybe all of a sudden a bunch of people are interested in you. I kind of get that feeling. So if you're looking for love, there could be options. I also feel that a lot of you are kind of like working on your purpose. Of course, the Judgment card is your purpose. These people are being called up out of these coffins, which represent their old life, out, and they're being called out of the coffin so they can step into their new life or kind of move towards their purpose. And so I feel for a lot of you that, kind of moving towards your heart is the trick. As always, we go down to the Ace of Cups, to the King of Wands. The Ace of Cups, outside of love can be your heart. And I think that moving into flow, basically doing things that cause more flow in your life, is going to lead to more success if you move towards your heart, which I've been saying to you all year. You have the Lovers as well. Again, I kind of feel like you could be waking up to a person, like as in you could be becoming aware of a person's energy, right? Like sometimes I think people grow on us over time. It's like as we get to know them, obviously they get better, right? And this kind of gives me the vibes of a person getting better over time. And so maybe you already know who this person is for some of you. For others, I feel it is a person. I kind of get that message where, it's like it might be worth it to give a person a second chance. I'm not saying that you don't like this person, but it's like sometimes we go on a date and it's just like, do I go on another date with this person or what? And so if you have that feeling with a person, I feel like this is saying, it would be worth it, because I feel that, sometimes people are just nervous, or sometimes people are just, whatever. Maybe they're having a bad day, but I get that feeling here of you like meeting a person in the future. This could be happening between now and the end of the year is what I get off of these cards. And so, again, if you meet a person and you kind of like them, but they were kind of weird maybe at first or whatever, it might be worth it to just give them an extra hour, right? Just give them another chance is what I'm saying. You have the World card here. The World is kind of like accomplishments or achievements. I kind of feel that you are just standing out in the world. You show up on the world right here, and so whenever you show up as yourself, it kind of puts you in a position of power and strength in the reading. But I feel like you are just showing up like in the world. It really gives me the vibes of you taking your place in the world, and maybe you're not holding back any longer, or maybe you're not, you have that skunk spirit which says know your worth. I feel like you want to be seen more, or you want to take control more is kind of the vibe I get off of that. With the Judgment card, you have the King of Wands. King of Wands, again, is about being bold, being confident, really making things happen. So I do feel it is time to, be bold, be confident, and really kind of go for what you're trying to accomplish. I see a lot of success in this reading. You could also be attracting a fire sign if you are looking for love. It could be any sign, but so far they're showing up as fire. Now, with the Lovers, you have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords can be a blessing in disguise. It can say that, he's making the symbol right here, which represents a blessing. And so it can say that, you could be meeting someone new, and you could be seeing how something from the past not working out was a blessing, because it's like if it did work out, you wouldn't meet this new person. And that's really the vibe I get here. With the World card, you have the Two of Pentacles. Exactly what I said. This is a Two of Pentacle reading. For sure. I literally said that at the beginning of the reading, especially with the Justice card. That Justice card was just saying Two of Pentacles to me. It was not saying justice. And that's literally why I said it. So, work hard, play hard, but also practice balance. I think you are. But, really, I feel like you are balancing out your energies. It's like, it is literally something you are doing. And so this is, definitely a good thing. I also feel like there are certain things that are getting harder to ignore. The waves on the Two of Pentacles, they start like small over here and then they get bigger as they go across the back of the card. And sometimes I feel that the Two of Pentacles kind of represent something that is hard to ignore. Again, if a person starts growing on you, that is kind of hard to ignore. Sometimes I would pay attention to this in all areas of business. It's like there have been times like in business where I see someone else doing something and like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But then they like make more and more and more money. And I'm like, why am I not doing this yet? Right? Because it gets hard to ignore. And so I kind of feel like the Two of Pentacles is saying that you might be discovering something that you just can't ignore any longer. I feel like it's a good thing. Like I said, it's like an opportunity or, it's a person or whatever. And I would just pay attention to whatever it is. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this record card and this regret card. I would definitely write down your ideas. I always say I have a million of these right here. I just threw it. But anyway, I was going to show you my little notebook, and that one is my idea notebook. I have another one that I do other stuff in, but I write down all my ideas so I don't forget them, right? Most of them I just never even look at again, but at least I stored them somewhere so I can remember, right? So I kind of feel like this is saying you will regret not writing something down, and it could be anything. I can't tell you how many times, like we all have our phones on us, right? I can't tell you how many times I've had like an idea in the car or something like that, and then I'm like, oh, I'll remember it later. And then for like literally months on end, I'll be like, what was I thinking about? Trying to bring it back up, and I can never get it back. So again, write down any ideas that pop into your head. You have the Page of Swords. Again, I feel there could be like a little bit of curiosity here. So the Page of Swords is a card of curiosity. Again, if you're curious about a person or whatever, I would just, see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, Taurus, because I feel for some of you, it's like you could be meeting a person where you're like, I'm not really sure if I like this person or whatever. But I feel like this person is like awesome. So, I like maybe your just first impression isn't great, or maybe you're having a bad day, right? It's like if you're having a bad day, it's like maybe someone looks uglier than they actually are on your bad days. So, I kind of feel like this is saying if you're curious about something, I feel like you will have a gut instinct or a gut feeling about a person, but also at the same time, you might be like, no, I don't know. And so I would give someone a chance. You have the Ace of Cups, definitely could be a fire sign or an air sign. You have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups would be your emotions overflowing, being very happy, definitely a really solid love offer. So, like I said, I would give it a chance. Even if you don't want love, I feel, and even if you do, I feel like the Ace of Cups, of course, is saying follow your heart at this time. We're in a very heart-based time where we really have to listen to our inner voice or what our inner voice is saying. And so I would really pay attention with this Ace of Cups energy. It's going to be very important for you. So, yeah, I would just pay attention with the Ace of Cups. You have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups can represent fulfillment or wish fulfillment. So I feel for a lot of you that you need to kind of, be in alignment. That's the trick with the Nine of Cups. To get the wish, we have to be in alignment with exactly what we want, and then we will get it. With the Page of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm telling you right now, this is a big opportunity. Do not mess this opportunity up. It's like, this person probably has money as well. And it's like, I don't know, maybe when you meet them in public, maybe they're wearing their running shoes that are all tattered or something like that. And you're like, this person has on broken shoes, But it's like, maybe this person is actually like super rich or something like that. I'm not saying it's all about the money, but it really is, number one. But number two, I think that it's like, the reading just gives me, especially for those of you that want love, it just gives me this vibe of there's something that you just don't see at first. And, I think if you get to know this person, it'll be totally worth it. I also feel for others that you're just getting big opportunities at this time. You have two aces, and, two aces is really good for opportunities. Two aces also just says yes to any question that I haven't answered. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition. These people are learning from conflict. So they are learning how to fight. They're not like using swords, they're using sticks. So a lot of you have probably learned from the past quite a bit. And even the Judgment card says that in your reading. And also the Four of Cups also says that you have learned from the past. So, maybe you feel like love is a conflict, but, I feel like you need to not look at it that way. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords, doing things in a different way. sometimes I think we just have to act as if, like I've heard, there's a story that I've heard many times in my life from people, which is, I've worked with a lot of businesses in my life, in my other life, in my other business. And, I just have had so many people tell me like, oh, the competition, they have no clue what they're doing, but they're doing this thing and they're very successful. But when I look at the competition, they're just doing it. They're not like thinking about things. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's like sometimes I think smart people, if you're watching Minnow Tarot, not you're smart and attractive and beautiful, right? Of course, everybody else that doesn't like Minnow Tarot, I don't know what that says about them, but I have found only attractive people watch Minnow Tarot, of course. But what I would say is that, again, I think smart people overthink things. They think things have to be complicated and everything like that. Whenever I've looked at one of these competing businesses, it's like they're it's not that they're dumb. I'm not calling anyone dumb here, but it's almost like their ignorance is their biggest benefit because they just don't know that something wouldn't normally work that they try in their business, right? And sometimes that's what I feel with the Seven of Swords is that we just have to try other ways of doing things, even if we don't think it could work or even if we think it's too stupid to work, because you never know. It might be so dumb that it works. And that's what I would do here. It's like, just look at my channel. Like one of my top shorts, I was pretending to cry on camera. I was holding an onion under my eye, but the short, it looked like I was crying, but I really wasn't. And it's like it's like the stupidest thing, but it took off. So, you never know. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the seek guidance in this. It says, it is a time for a different perspective. You can't make that up. Seven of Swords is a different perspective. You have the say yes card, and we've been talking about this saying yes to a person. It says, now is the time to open and receive. Yes, I think being in receptive mode with the Nine of Cups as well would be very beneficial with this energy. So, there you go. With the Fool, you have we didn't even go over these cards. We have the Fool, the Magician, and the King of Wands. And the Fool is about taking a leap of faith. And I'm going to take the Strength card since I pulled it early as well. I'll clarify it again at the end. But the Fool is about taking a leap of faith. I feel like the Strength card with the Four of Cups also, the Four of Cups really is standing out to me in your reading for some reason. But, I feel like this is, plus the Four of Cups is really saying you're ready. You are ready for a new beginning, or you're ready to take some sort of leap of faith in your life. And that's what I would do there. You have the Magician. The Magician is about manifestation. Magician is about manifesting your dream on Earth. And it's also about using all your tools that you have at your disposal. He has mastery over all the suits in the tarot, and he needs to use those tools to bring something down to earth, which, again, I feel like you need to kind of bring something down to earth. You have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really making something happen. So I feel for a lot of you that you need to be bold and assertive at this time. You really need to go for the things that you're trying to manifest or create in your life. And I also do feel that this could be like a fire sign person coming in for you if you want love. Even if you don't want love, I'm getting some of you could be attracting like a friend or a mentor that could also be a fire sign that could also be very helpful for you. So I would pay attention to that. I always pull the card the Magician's pointing to, which we're going to say is this one. It says, be loyal to what you love. Ace of Cups, right? The Ace of Cups says, follow your heart. And I feel this is basically saying the same thing. With the Fool and the Strength card, you have the Nine of Pentacles, pre-Empress energy, which is your card, the Empress. So I feel for a lot of you, you're kind of glowing up a little bit here. And you could definitely be increasing your earnings or kind of making more money with this Nine of Pentacles. With the Magician, you have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a victory or a big success coming in for you. So a lot of you could be finding more success or creating more success at this time. This is a card of, again, knowing your worth. He knows his worth. There's a person right here who's meant to look jealous on this card, and he doesn't care because he knows that he's earned his right to be on this horse. So this kind of says you have earned the right to be successful, but sometimes we have to claim it, and I kind of feel that for you here. With the King of Wands, you have the World. You could be meeting someone from a distance with the World card. You have the World card twice. And, usually when a card repeats itself, it's basically the universe saying I meant what I said. But the World is like an accomplishment or an achievement. So I feel there could be a big achievement coming in for you here. You have this club card. It says someone will try to make you do something against your will. Yes, I would be careful of people like this. Mars retrograde in Leo at the end of the year. Mars retrograde in Leo definitely could be people who are like, I need you to do this so that I can feel good. That type of energy. And I would just avoid people who are like that at all costs. The people who are like that need you to do something to make them feel better. That's their own fault. I don't deal with people like that ever. Period. Even outside of Mars retrograde, I don't care. Anyone who's like, I need you to do this to make me feel this way, I'm like, goodbye, get out of here. Plain and simple. I don't even tolerate it, and neither should you. You have this claw card that says, be careful, do not take risks. I don't really like this card right now because we are in a time where we have to take risks. The type of risk we have to take is, number one, we have to push ourselves outside of a comfort zone. We have to take the risk of looking like a fool as well. You have the Fool card here. But definitely, Pluto going into Aquarius is innovation. Anyone who's an innovator looks like a fool at some point on their journey, but then they become successful. That's just the fool's journey, plain and simple. I think this is saying don't take like uncalculated risks. Take calculated risk. You have this elephant. It says a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. 10 of Wands, you've been on a long journey and you've gained a bunch of wisdom. 4 of Cups. And the 5 of Wands. You have this target. It says a goal-oriented person. Yeah, I've been begging everyone at the end of the year here. Like this year, I would pick like one thing that you want to create or manifest, and I would just get to it and make it happen, even with the retrogrades. I just think we have a really good opportunity at the end of the year here to like accomplish one thing. You have this cobweb card. It says protected from negative forces beyond your control. So you are protected at this time. But I love this reading for you here. I think there are blessings and other good stuff coming in. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.